Yo, what is going on, guys? Savage here. Here we go, diving into another recent match that we had. I actually did sneak a peek. We did happen to win this game. I know, guys, I told you guys I was going to give you a good loss. However, I could not find any losses that were actually a good example of what I did wrong. Not saying I'm perfect, I just happened to not record them. So here we are right now, going to my normal spot. Like I said in the last video, I'm a creature of habit. I love going usually the same routines. Of course, the route will change based on the circle, but for the most part, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this may be a hot pursuit game. It might not. We'll see. I can't remember, to be honest. It is a hot pursuit game. We do have a team coming with us, and I'm gonna go ahead and chow it real hard, hopefully to find a gun. And I did, but for some reason vaulted out the window. You can tell my nerves are real bad in the beginning. I hate challenging right off the bat, because usually they'll find a vest and a badass AR, and I'll be rocking like a revolver and no vest. Right here, I get the one kill against the guy with no weapon. This guy has 2 weapons, I believe, and you know, despite my teammate being at red roof and then me being on right there, he was just tunneled and running the hell out of there. He went nothing to do with that. Yes, he did have 2 weapons. He had a grav, which is pretty decent, and a GKS, which is a giant pile of dog shit. Oh, there's another one popping up on sensor dart at the 3-story brick build. And like I said last video, players love to camp buildings that are multiple stories. Something about it, jumping out of windows and kind of rotating, is just the key. Now this guy was doing that. He ended up getting a pick off on my teammate, and he's just kind of running around. I went ahead and take this guy out. He seemed like he was a pretty decent shot. Unfortunately, I was a little bit better. Thank God he was a little bit worse than I was, because I had no vest, and he could have easily taken me out with that MP40. I really am going to do a video on map awareness. Map awareness is key when it comes to Blackout, even multiplayer. If you're a multiplayer player, you need to have map awareness. I know with the MW coming out, there's no mini map, so of course we're going to have to figure out how to be more map aware without that. But right now we have a mini map, and make sure you always know where your teammates are at all times, and you have an idea of what direction they're facing when they're shooting. Sometimes your teammates will be like, enemy to the north, which is cool, great call out. However, if you're, you know, 100 feet from them on the other side of the street, it's not going to be to your north. So you're going to want to take the mini map, see what direction their actual icon is pointing, and kind of aim yours with it and see where the tracers are going. That's kind of a little technique that I like to utilize. And like I said, we're going to do a more in depth on that, and we'll get to that in another video probably next week. So right now, here I am on my same old path, dude. Creature of habit. I am what I am. Don't judge me. Sticking to the streets. I mean, you're usually this early in the game, people don't really have mesh mines. We have fallen to mesh mines this early before, but usually not so much. 9 times out of 10, there's a team here as well. I see the vehicle. It's a spawn. There's a guy literally sitting still in this, and we just pull up and absolutely annihilate that kid. I get back in the driver's seat to kind of get a peek of where his teammates are. This guy's outside the building right next to the sensor dart. I don't know what he's doing out in the open. There, that's what he's doing. There's the mesh mine. Bad play on my part. We'll get to that. Not only did my play cost me my life, but it cost my teammates as well. Luckily, my teammates are actually really good, and we're able to win that fight. I believe we're being shot at from another direction as well. The vehicle's on fire. I need to get away from this. I don't know why I'm healing behind it. I need to just dip to the building. This explodes, I will die. No vest and less than half health, that would be bad. But luckily my teammate Easlam is going absolute ham sandwich. So what I did wrong right there, boom, I didn't pay attention to what was in the target's hands. If a target's out in the open like that and looking right at you, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna have a mesh mine or a sticky or something to kind of really fucking ruin your vehicle experience. And because I went down, my teammate tried resing me and he went down as well. I put my team at a big disadvantage there. I do that a lot, believe it or not. I don't really learn from that lesson, and I need to. Just, you don't always have to push targets with vehicles. I love doing it, but you don't always have to do it. And right here comes another vehicle. These guys, I don't know exactly what they do. The guy's just sitting on the vehicle, completely exposed. I went ahead and weakened him while my teammates weakened the other one, and then at that point we just switch targets and annihilate them. That right there is not what I like to do. So when I drive vehicles around, I love to jump out on targets and kill them. I don't like to splat people. You'll see me every now and then go for one pass, and if I happen to hit them, cool, that's awesome, we can laugh about it, but you'll never see me circle around, so I instantly jump out. That guy right there, the driver had the right idea. He jumped off, wanted to fight, but the passenger seemed like he wanted to, you know, keep driving in circles. A little miscommunication on the enemy's team's part, and unfortunately it cost a level 3 his life, and the other teammate was just an idiot. So I'm a very, very big believer in practice with the guns you want to use. So you don't always get the guns you want, but you have to get better with normal weapons. I spent the last month using the Vendetta and the Peacekeeper and this and that. And as fun as it was and as overpowered as they are, you don't want to get used to using weapons like that, because when they take them away like they did this week, you have to go back to normal guns, and you kind of lose your accuracy with SWATs and ICRs and Vapors and KNs and things like that when you're used to using broken weapons. So right there, and the reason why I'm talking about that is in that bag, that guy had a War Machine. I'm not a fan of the War Machine for many reasons. I'm not a fan of the specialist streaks and the crates for many, many reasons. But I don't know what that kid was doing, but don't be that dude. He had a mesh mine. I don't know if it went through me and just glitched, or if he just was that bad and missed, but okay, back to what I was saying. Wow. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, specialist weapons. So I don't like using the specialist weapons. The spare is a lot of fun and stuff like that, but I try to stay away from them mainly because I want to use actual weapons. That way I don't lose my ability to use them. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? The War Machine, for many reasons, has only got 6 bullets, I believe. The bouncing on it is not the easiest thing in the world. There's a lot of people that are extremely good with it, but me, I don't think I've ever gotten a kill with it. Actually, I think I have, but still, it's not often. So I avoid all those weapons. The flamethrower is absolute balls now. I don't like the War Machine. I like the spare. I like it a lot, but I always give it to my teammates because I just want to use normal weapons. This is a hot spot mid game, dude. People love coming here for whatever reason. There's usually a stash here in Hot Pursuit, and then also you have all the vehicles, plus you have the I love the executions, plus you have the helicopters and things like that. And if people are respawning, if this is a respawn game mode, 9 times out of 10 they're going to go for a vehicle and just drive around with whatever weapon they were given and try to splat people. I find that a lot of times in Hot Pursuit and 50 versus 50, things like that, when people respawn and they don't have the guns that they looted up, they kind of just give up during the game and they just drive around and get splats and hope to get lucky to where they can get some weapons and stuff off a guy they run over. Again, that's not what I ever recommend. You want to get better with pistols and, you know, caps and things like that. That way, if you're in that position, you can feel confident. Like, I'm pretty confident with an RX-7, a cap, RK7, excuse me. I'm pretty confident with everything but a revolver, to be honest. And you have to kind of put yourselves in situations using those guns. You kind of have to force yourself to use those guns for many, many nights, many hours to get good with them. There was a great video I watched that was debating whether or not you should be decent with all weapons, or good with all weapons, or a god with just a certain amount of weapons. So right here I am minding my business, driving around trying to find somebody. As soon as I see this guy on Sensor Dart, he's just camping in mesh mines, takes me out, takes 2 of my teammates out. Thankfully our 4th was able to clean him up, because god, that would have been an embarrassing squad wipe, and we would have been on someone's Reddit page or YouTube page or Twitch clips, and it would have been really bad. Again, that's kind of my fault for whatever reason. I guess I wasn't paying attention. It was kind of, I mean, he was barely peeking through it. There's really not much you can see, and he just had mesh mines I didn't spot, and he just took me out. Again, situations to avoid: you don't want to come up on compounds like that, especially approaching front doors. Come up on the sides of them where there's only one window or something. If I would have come up from that side, from the north side right there, he wouldn't have seen us. We would have seen him. We could have got out and got a flank on him and just easily taken him out, threw an 8 in there, whatnot, and avoided a possible failure. Here we spot 2 targets running north. I don't have any elos. I don't think I have any scopes at all. So I'm using the SWAT with the iron sights, and I'm not really that good with it. I don't like the SWAT iron sights. I'm not good with many iron sights as it is. It's really a handicap for me. It throws me off big time. It's something I need to practice with, but I'm too egotistical to actually step back and practice with it, to be honest. So here we are spraying at this guy. We're peppering him a couple times. I think I get 4 or 5 hit markers, and we're just going full out chase mode. I don't know what happens with this situation, but as hard as we're going, don't do this in this area. Right now, again, you have to have map awareness. We're approaching construction where there's usually sniper rifles and people picking you off. So here I am gonna push this guy with a cap. Oh, there's a snipe. I get sniped from construction, hit twice by, I guess, an outlaw, almost get annihilated. And now I'm at a position where I have one guy down here, I have his teammate behind him trying to go for the res and get the kill on me, and then I have a construction shoot me as well, and then I go down. We really pinched ourselves right here. Again, bad call on my part, bad call on my team's part as well for pushing with me. Sometimes even if you're calling the shots, your team needs to step and be like, hey brother, stop being a jackass, fall back, let the other guys kill him. You don't have to get all the kills. We had the high ground. There's no reason for us to push the low ground and possibly die. And unfortunately, because of my move, or because of our move, one of our teammates goes down. So now we're rocking a 3-man team. You really have to balance out the risk versus reward. I know from experience, a lot of the times, especially in circles like this that end around construction, you're going to have, not 9 times out of time, 10 times, you're definitely going to have people at construction sniping the surrounding area. There's no doubt about it. And I should have known that, should have been more aware. So if you guys are in this area ever towards mid to late game and construction's inbounds, try to avoid it at all costs. A lot of times you'll have teammates, or you'll even take shots at guys at construction. Don't. If you're up here with a paladin and an 8x or a sniper scope, whatever you want to call it, and you're going ham sandwich, you're like, I'm getting hit markers, stop shooting. Do not pick the guys at construction from this range. Even if you knock him, even if you get that kill, even if it's like a solo, if you knock him, he's gonna get res if he's not by himself. And not only have you pissed that entire team off to where now there's 4 focused on you, but you've also let the people at the 3 whites know that you're there. You let the people know at the tarps that you're there. You're giving away your position ultimately just to piss the team off and not get any kills. So I never am a fan of sniping at construction from the surrounding areas. Wait till end game to fuck with construction, because usually people camping construction, they'll die. Right here we have multiple enemy teammates spread apart. I get one pick. There's a guy right here around the corner. I'm gonna hard peek it. This is a bad idea for me to do for multiple reasons. One, I shouldn't have rounded that corner like that while my teammate was shooting. I could have got shot in the back by my teammate. It would have been my fault. 2, I should not have jumped over this railing right here to 1v1 this guy theoretically, because I don't know if it's only just him. We only killed 1. There could be 3 targets, and I kind of just went balls to the wall by myself. Luckily my teammate called it a vest. I had no idea. Still, I have no idea where these guys are at. I don't know if there's more than 1 or nothing. There we go, landing back in. And now, because of my horrible push, not only did we lose Blaine, but we lost my other teammate again as well. I'm just making all sorts of bad decisions this game. Like I said, we win this game, we do, but not all wins are victories. Honestly, you have to learn from mistakes, and watching this game again, literally, I'm learning from it. Hope you guys are learning, because I'm learning. All right, right here, I hate running in the open. When I'm in a situation like this, especially around this compound, my heart is racing because I know I have very little cover, and I want to avoid these buildings at the same time. I spot a guy at the triple brick building. Like I said, always, dude, triple bricks or triple stories, double stories they're fan favorites, man. People love to navigate around them. I spot one guy. I don't know how many there are. My teammate's going straight in, balls to the wall. I'm peeking around with a cap. I don't know why I was using the cap. I think I was doing a challenge, to be honest, with the cap. It's a great gun, by the way. If you haven't used the cap 45, it is a fantastic weapon. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. So we spot the guy. For some reason, I'm sitting in the building. I don't know what my mentality is right here. I should have been right here the entire time, and there he is jumping off the roof, and I get the kill. He went to the 3-story brick, used the roof to jump off onto the pizzeria, and then played the edge of the circle, and luckily I was in the right position by the time he came across and got the pick. All right, right here, we're in what's called the kill box. The highest part of the map is basically surrounding us. We want to get to the high ground, but we don't want to peek it and get shot from, well, 360 degrees. So I'm kind of playing a little bit slow right now. I know there's probably a team in the Northwest based off experience, and the rest of the teams are probably around construction, again, based off experience. You really, really, really have to learn from your mistakes and learn from the experience of the game of how players play. I know damn well people love bushes, so you see me really kind of focus on bushes a lot. Maybe I won't ADS on them, but you'll definitely see a bush in my line of sight almost all the time, because you're just looking for that one little movement, that one little motion to kind of give away the enemy's position. Luckily, no one's over here. So this position right here, this hill right here is basically bay. It's got a nice ridge all the way around it. It's not dead center in the circle, but it's enough to kind of play the edge of the circle. So right here, I want everybody to notice I slow my gameplay down a lot. I don't ever sit, I don't ever camp. However, we're in a very, very horrible position. Everyone else has fences, buildings, ridges, trees, things like that to use as cover, and we don't. So I kind of slow down my gameplay. There's one target over here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to challenge this guy. Unfortunately, another one bails in on him. Thank God they're on different teams. I don't know what happened to my sensor dart. It literally just vanished. I think he shot it out of my hand. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So right now I'm in a 1v, I believe 4 situation. I get the pick on one guy. There's 3 people above me to my knowledge. Oh, I remember this. This is a hell of an outplay. If this doesn't show the power of the cap, I don't know what does. Always, always, always keep a guardian on your persons. We'll get into that in a second. I have 56 HP, and here's the last guy for that 1v4 clutch. Just because I got all the kills does not mean anything. Literally all of those targets, the exception of one, was shooting at my teammate in the back behind me. So he was taking literally all the fire on. They were tunneled on him. I came up on a little bitty ridge, proning. I whipped out the barrier because you never know when you're going to get into a 1v4, 1v3 situation. The barrier has been the sole reason for probably 70% of my clutches in a 1v4 scenario. And it's just perfect, especially with a fast action SMG or a fast action like the cap. Oh my god, dude, it's beautiful. You usually try to get that one pick, throw the Guardian down when the other teammates come at you, and you kind of just play the edge of the Guardian. A lot of people use the barrier and they kind of peek the middle. Don't peek the middle. They're expecting you to peek the middle. Use the edges. Play it like a tree. Okay. Never go prone behind it and kind of wait for people to come. You want to be aggressive. You want to take them on and think faster than they can. But guys, again, thank you guys for coming by. If this video helped you in any way, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave a comment in the section below and let me know what your guys' thoughts. Let me know if any of this helped you, if you guys utilize the same tactics I do. If you guys have better tactics than me, definitely please let me know in the comment section, and give me ideas for future videos. If you guys want to see, how you utilize mesh mines, how you utilize guardians, how you utilize, different perks and things like that, let me know and we'll get into that. I'll try to help everybody if I can. But guys, I stream live here on YouTube every night at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, so make sure you come here if you want to see live gameplay of Blackout. That's all we play. And I stream on Twitch as well during the daytime, so if you happen to be working and lurking or at home bored, come by 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and check us out. We're playing Blackout as well most of the time. Sometimes we'll play a couple other games, but most of the time we'll be playing Blackout. But dudes, again, thank you guys for watching. I really hope this helps. I know I learned something from this gameplay. Hopefully you guys do too. And until next time, guys, see you out there, brothers.